Okay, so here we are today, and we're going to just run through a few little obstacles. And I'm going to attempt to do the videoing since my daughter's still in Yosemite. So this is Erin and Buddy. Buddy is a Clydesdale. He's a gray Clydesdale. Oh, that was really hard. Okay, so, and he's done these a long time ago, but it's been a while since I pulled out all the little obstacles. So I wanted to work on Buddy going over the tarp and just making sure that he was okay with it. And we're going to do this with both horses. We'll do this with Buddy on the ground, and then we'll probably do it with Shalia riding, and maybe next time we'll do it with Buddy riding. Yep, get him to stand there, and hopefully it doesn't get hung up. That wasn't really hard. We'll see if we can get him to back over it. And Erin just has to be careful. Now, Buddy doesn't have any shoes on, but if a horse has shoes, you're going to want to be careful that they don't get their shoe hung up on the tarp. That's it, good. Now Erin's going to take that tarp after he's totally off, and she's going to go ahead and put it over Buddy's back. Oops, sorry guys. I'm learning how to video. So she's going to see what he's going to do first. She's going to be prepared. And if he gets too worried about it, then she's going to make it smaller and not chase him with it. So she's going to fold that tarp up a little bit. She can't hear me. She's going to fold the tarp up a little bit. Fold it.
Oh, fold it? I thought you said hold it.
So she's going to fold it up, and then she's going to have Buddy kind of follow it for a little while.
Like in a really tiny square?
Just more manageable, yeah. Probably about 4 feet or so.
It's not quite rolled up perfect, Buddy, but it's good enough.
There we go. Now she's just going to have Buddy follow it first and smell it. So she's going to walk backwards, and Buddy's going to follow it. Let him kind of get used to it. Now if you have a really, really jumpy horse, which Buddy really isn't, but if you have a really, really jumpy horse, you're going to take that and make sure that he doesn't like attack you in the process. Okay, and Erin has to learn to not get too close to this camera here.
Should we stay on like this half?
Yeah. And then as soon as Buddy starts getting more used to it and getting curious about it, then she can start rubbing him on the neck with it and rubbing him on the shoulder with it. And she's going to be aware of where her body is, so if he accidentally strikes, or not accidentally, but if he strikes at that, she's not going to be in the way of the strike. There. So if we would have just kept going and like thrown it on him when he was scared, this would have taken quite a while. If you just give him a second and let him kind of get used to it, smell it for a second, then she can probably do anything she wants. Now she's going to be careful that when it goes over to the other side, if it does, he could come on top of her. So she's going to go to the other side first, rub him on both sides individually, and then she'll start creeping it over top of him and letting him see it on both sides. And then she's going to do stuff like putting it underneath him. But she has to be careful. Anytime it crosses from the side that she's on to the other side, he could jump away from the tarp and onto her. So she has to be aware of that. There we go. Good. She's going to pay attention to all of his body movements while this is happening. You're going to pay attention to all of his body. It's hard for her to hear me with the tarp. So when she goes towards his hind feet, if he goes to pick up that foot, she's going to see it from his eye and from his body tensing before he actually picks up that foot, and we'll stay out of the way. So don't look at the foot, you look at the whole body. Look for any tenseness in his midsection or in his neck when she goes to the hind end, because he has to tighten up just a little bit beforehand before he kicks. It doesn't necessarily mean his ears will go back or anything. When his ears are back, he's probably just listening and watching what she's doing. But his eye is soft, but he's curious what she's up to. But if he gets tense, that means to pick up that leg, and then she has to be aware of it. But Buddy's been through all this. It's just been a while. Good. Now Erin will start getting a little bit more haphazard about it and patting him with it, throwing it at him a little bit. And again, the whole time watching his body and making sure he doesn't get tight. And if he gets tight, you're going to start learning what part of the body is going to strike out from that tenseness. And it's usually an opposite side. So if he wanted to kick out with that right hind, he'd weight that left front in order to kick out that right hind. So you start just watching the entire body. You observe everything. I'm just going to do it on both sides. It's going to just become a giant curry comb. And she can, there you go, you can pet with one hand while you're rubbing with the other, keeping the head slightly bent towards you. Now Erin's nice and tall, she's about 6 feet tall. This is a pretty big horse. So he has quite a reach on him. Those hind feet are, they can reach her from the front. Good. Now Erin's going to stand back a little bit and actually throw that at him, just like she's shaking it out almost. There you go. Actually on him, Erin. Throw it, yeah, behind and on. There you go. Just like you're doing a saddle pad. Now we're going to see Erin's coordination, and she's going to walk backwards while doing that. So Buddy has to move at the same time, and when she starts getting too close here, she has to turn, so she's not on top of us. Now she has to throw with one hand, walk backwards, pay attention to the horse at the other. There you go. If he gets stuck, you're just going to wait and unstick him. But try not to stop throwing the tarp when he gets stuck.
Okay.
Because otherwise he's going to learn getting stuck stops the tarp. So keep the tarp going and then just kind of off-center yourself to kind of pull him off balance and keep him walking. There you go. Timing's everything. If every time he keep going. If every time she stops is when he gets stuck, then he says, oh, all I got to do is plant my feet and she'll stop throwing that tarp. The easiest thing to teach the horse is the bad habit and not exactly what you want him to learn.
Buddy, this tarp's full of kids.
Good. And then when she's okay on that side, then she'll do it on the other side. Because he has to be able to stand still and move while doing this. go. Oops. Good. Now see if you can just stand next to them and cover them with it like you were putting on a horse blanket. And try not to let go of a section of the tarp on your side in case you have to pull it off of them quickly.
Okay.
You want to make sure that you can just pull it off. So you're going to throw it up there like you're putting on a horse blanket. That's it. You're going to be aware of where he's going. And then just pull it off and start again if he needs to. There you go. Don't let him jump on you. Atta girl. Just rub him, let him know he's okay. You can talk to him. Good. Now go ahead and take it off completely and just walk away from hold it and then just walk back away. So you release him. There you go. And then do it again. Give him a good pet. There, now we got some licking and chewing. So if he gets, kind of stuck there for a little bit, but kind of taking it, but not really okay with it, then you just release and walk away and say, that's all I wanted. And then he should just be able to handle it easier and easier every time. Yep. So it's just like colt starting the first saddle. Sometimes you got to rub with one hand and work the tarp or the saddle with the other. Thankfully it's not too windy yet. There, he's moving his lower jaw a little bit. Keep a hold of that tarp just a little bit in case you have to grab it off of him at a moment's notice. Good. Okay, now go ahead and take it off and walk away again. Now you're going to put it on, and this time after it's on, you're going to walk with it.
Okay.
And while you're walking with it, you're going to hold on to just a little corner of it in case you need to pull it off. There. Now if you can, you'll just hold on to a corner and just kind of lunge them, for a better word, around you.
Okay.
There you go, get a little bit more distance. That's it, and then it'll just kind of fly off behind them. Hold it in your left hand and lead them with your right. There you go. And then just let it fall off. Nice job. And then put it back on and you'll do the same thing. You want to be okay with something just kind of flying off the back of them like that. There you go. Get all the way up on his neck if you can. Good. He's a knight in shining armor. Or knight in dirty tarp, one or the other. Atta girl. Send him around you. Now if you can kind of flap that tarp lightly to start while he's still going around. There you go. Just keep flapping it. And it'll just fall off. Good. And remember, you got to do this on both sides. And we're doing all this fun stuff because it's already over 100 degrees out here and it's 10 o'clock in the morning, so we're just having fun with obstacles today. There you go, and she's going to do the same thing. She's just going to kind of lunge him off to her left, holding on to that. Very nice. Oops, got a little spooky there, so now she has to try it again. That's all right. Let him look at it. Follow it. Good. New side, new brain. That was better. Good. All right, so that'll conclude today for the tarp work, and then we'll work on something else here in a minute.